All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all the praise and the glory and honors to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rahak Kodash, which I give me the spirit and the strength to do this lesson. And I also want to give up honors to the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone that rule well and that teach well through the spirit and the power of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. Wa Shalom, wa Barakim to the elect, beginning with 144,000, which I scattered abroad, and in every place, redeeming the time and ready to be saved. Shalom. All right, I'm gonna get into this topic, and it can go. I can go on from 20 minutes to 30 minutes or to an hour, depending on the spirit. All right. But what I want to touch on is that Yahweh Shema Shai only deals with small numbers. Okay. He only deals with small numbers. He don't deal with big numbers. All right. So you see these other camps, man, having a great congregation. All right. Well, that's a bad sign, man. All right. Because the Lord, Yahweh Shema Shai, has always dealt with small numbers. There's no different what did the scripture say? I am the Lord and I change not. All right. He always going to deal with small numbers. All right. Okay. And that's what I want to get into. All right, today, and pretty much bring, clarity, to those that are sincere and may see this lesson. All right. That's ultimately, why I'm bringing this out. All right. Because, you would think that those the camp with the great more with the most numbers, the most spirits, all right, will be the choice camps, all right. But that's not the truth, man. All right, the Lord is dealing with the camp that is least in number. All right, least in number. Okay. Least in number, but great in knowledge. Great in the spirit, might I add. All right, you see, so because these camps, they're great in numbers, but insignificant. So insignificant in the spirit. All right. So insignificant in knowledge. When it comes to knowledge, man, that portion is small, all right? Because they may know a few things, okay? But they don't have the 100% truth, all right? Which indicates that they're not of the elect, all right? In the book of 1 John, it said that we know all things. As a matter of fact, Yahweh Shai even said it in St. John, the 15th chapter. He said, I have all things of the Father I have made known unto you. All things. All right. So once again, we're small in number. All right. But, there's a heavy portion endowed upon those men of Great Millstone. All right. And with that being said, I want to, get some scriptures. All right. And the Spirit is telling me to go into Isaiah the 10th chapter. Okay. Isaiah chapter 10, verse 21. And it says, the remnant shall return. That's right. The remnant shall return, even the remnant of Jacob, unto the mighty power. That's right. Unto the mighty power. All right. So I'm going to read that again. In chapter 10, Isaiah chapter 10, verse 21. The remnant shall return. That's right. Return what? Back to the earth. All right. The remnant here is talking about the elect. Okay. And it says, even the remnant of Jacob unto the mighty power. All right. So the remnant is the elect once again. All right. And verse 22, it says, for though thy people Israel be as the sand of the sea, yet a remnant of them shall return. You see that? Yet a remnant of them shall return. A remnant, that's a small number. It said a remnant of Israel shall return. That's a small number, man. Okay? When you go into that word remnant right here, I'm going to read that again. It says, for though thy people Israel be as the sand of the sea, yet a remnant of them shall return. Yeah, so you got Israelites everywhere, man. But only a small number is going to come back to the truth. All right? So the Lord is not dealing with great numbers here, man. He's not dealing with a vast camp. All right? And you know, let's see. Let me see. Yep. I was just making sure. Okay, read that again. It said, for though thy people Israel be as the sand of the sea, yet a remnant of them shall return. That's right. That's right, man. So, not dealing with a great number, man. All right. And you know, as Paul said, you know, you have these camps like IUIC, which that was my, you know, that's what inspired me to do this, right? Because you got these camps like IUIC bragging about how vast their camp is, all right? Bragging about how many numbers they got, all right? Which brings me to this scripture right here. All right, let's see. Bear with me. Slack. Yeah, slack. Okay. This, you know, I want to get First Timothy chapter 6, verse. All right. We start at verse 4. It says, he is proud, knowing nothing, but doting about questions and strifes of words, whereof cometh envy, strife, railings, evil, and surmising. Verse 5, perverse disputings of men of corrupt minds, and dispute of the truth, supposing, now listen up, supposing that gain is godliness. Yeah, supposing that gain is godliness. From such withdraw thyself. That's right. Those of you that are in, among those camps, withdraw yourself, man. All right? I'm gonna read that again. Perverse disputings of men of corrupt minds, and destitute of the truth, supposing that gain is godliness. That's right. From such withdraw thyself. All right. So once again, they brag about how their numbers and think that the Lord is dealing with them. But once again, that's the furthest thing from the truth. Ezekiel talk about a small sanctuary. All right. All right. So, and I'm gonna say this, that numbers is going to dwindle anyway. All right. They're going to dwindle anyway. When the prophecies start coming to pass, just watch. Their numbers are going to dwindle. All right. And many of them are of the women. And guess what? A lot of those women are going to flock unto the men of GMS, man. All right. A lot of those women are going to flock to the men of GMS. Yes, I said it. All right. Just watch. And that goes into Isaiah 4:1. All right. Just watch, man. A lot of those Israelite women that are following IUIC in the congregation of IUIC or in these other camps, ISUBK, all right, they're going to flock onto the men of GMS, man. Just watch. So I'm going to read that again. In 1 Timothy chapter 5, it said, perverse disputings of men of corrupt minds, and destitute of the truth. Yeah, and destitute of the truth. That's them. Supposing that gain is godliness. That's right. From such withdraw thyself. Facts. You see? So, and withdraw thyself. Get away from them. All right? So you might see in Great Millstone, you might see about 5 brothers, you ain't gonna see a great number, all right, of those men out on the highways and the byways. That number is not gonna be great compared to IUIC, man. All right. And that's what Yahushai went into. All right, and I'm ended off on that. In the book of Matthew, Matthew 24th chapter. Matthew the 24th chapter. Matthew 24th chapter, verse verse 11. This is Matthew chapter 24, verse 11. This is Yahweh Shah speaking. And it reads, says, and many false prophets shall rise. You see that? And many false prophets shall rise and shall deceive many. Whoo! You see that? So this right here is related to these huge camps, man. All right, IUIC, ISUP. This is related to you. This proves that these camps are the false prophets. All right. I'm gonna read that again. It says, and many false prophets shall rise. That's right. You see that? And shall deceive many. That's right, because they have a great number of followers as well. All right. And a lot of them, like I said, are women. Oh, not like I said, but you know, which is like the apostle said, but it's facts. All right. They are women. You see it on the comment boards. Okay. It said, many false prophets shall rise and shall deceive many. Okay. Isaiah 24. I mean, Salakia. Wait a minute. 2 Peter 2:1. Let's get that. Precept. 2 Peter 2:1. It says, but there were false prophets also among the people. Yeah, in those days. Okay. Even as there shall be false teachers among you. Right. Peter was talking directly to us. And that proves that he was a prophet. Because we're seeing that. All right. He said, even as there shall be false teachers among you. Okay. Look what it says. Who privately shall bring in damnable hearsays, even denying the Lord that bought them, and bring upon themselves swift destruction. Now check it out. It says in verse 2. And many shall follow their pernicious ways. Whoo! You see that? And many shall follow their pernicious ways. All right? So what? Y'all got a huge camp. All right? Lord ain't dealing with that, man. All right? We fully understand that now. All right? And it says, and many shall follow their pernicious ways. That's right. We seeing that happen today, man. That's why they have a great congregation. All right. It says, by reasons of whom the way of truth. You see that? By reason of whom the way of truth shall be evil spoken of. That's right. So that's right. That's right. You know, and this is beautiful, man. Yeah, this is beautiful. All right. So we in a good good spot, you know. And we ought to give constantly thank Yahweh Shemal Shah for that, man. Call on by Shemal Shah, man. We in a good spot. All right. So, you know, that's pretty much it on that, man. Just wanted to bring light onto that. All right. Because you got these different, even outside of Israel, you have these different mega churches, all right, with many which is full of dead bones, man. All right? That's not what the Lord is dealing with. Okay? So yeah, Lord willing, us edifying. Till next time, shalom.